We hear all the time, people say, be authentic, just be yourself, be true to you. And, most of the time, these sayings can just feel just like that, just sayings, because without actually understanding how our energy works, it's very difficult to just be authentic. Especially when we live in a world that constantly tells us not to, that consistently tells us or sends us messages that who we authentically are isn't good enough. So in this video, we're going to explore our subtle body and get curious about the energies that we're running on a day-to-day basis. And this is going to empower us to start to clear out any energies that are inauthentic. And we're going to make all this really beautiful space in our aura and our energy field so that we can recall our authentic energy and be full of our authentic energy and our essence. And, like the more that we do this, the more that we let go of energies that don't belong to us, whether that's, beliefs or programs, and whether that's wounds or emotions, the more that we can make, again, that really beautiful space to welcome home who we authentically are, our authentic self. And the authentic self is the part of us that is beyond the status quo. It's the part of us that is incredibly vast and wise and hasn't been conditioned by society or could never be conditioned or manipulated by the culture. So being authentic isn't about trying on different looks or identities. Being in your own authentic energy, being authentic means that we're actually acting from our embodied wisdom. And our embodied wisdom is deeply connected to our purpose and the spiritual gift that we came into this world with. So when we're running our own authentic energy, everything in our life, from our relationships to our work, and the choices that we make, just naturally align with who we are. And I like approaching authenticity from an energetic perspective, because it's not something that we need to force, or we need to be in our head and try to figure out. It's just about having good energy hygiene, and just learning what it feels like to be in your authentic energies, what it feels like to be you. And we can bookmark this feeling and allow that feeling of being you to be our compass in the world. So I think it's important to note as well that most of us, when we don't feel good, whether we wake up and we feel, like maybe we've got a sense of dread, or we're feeling anxious, most of us just take those feelings and take them at face value. Like there's nothing we can do about it. We just believe that they're ours to take on. But when we engage our energy system from a place of curiosity, we can actually inquire, who does this energy actually belong to? So for example, if wake up, I'm just not feeling myself, I can engage my whole aura and I can tune into the energies that I'm running and ask, how much of this, maybe anxiety, how much of this anxiety is my authentic essence, is my authentic energy? And we can wait for an answer. We can wait for a read. And the more we do this, the more we're going to, practice, and we'll just kind of get to know our intuition and trust our intuition. So it's all about practice. If I'm feeling fear, I can tune in and I can ask, how much of this fear is my authentic energy? How much of this fear is ancestral? How much of it belongs to society or the collective? And we can kind of get creative and ask questions so we can determine what's ours and what's not ours. It's important that we start to release energies that don't belong to us. And we can give ourselves permission to do that. We can give ourselves permission to release inauthentic energies. We don't need to carry what's not ours. And actually, it's enough to heal your own energy, and actually being in your own unique frequency is such a gift to the world. So let's get into this energetic practice. This is something that you can do on a day-to-day basis. You can even do it multiple times a day. And it's a practice to help cleanse our energy and recall our authentic energy, so we can be full of ourselves. We can be full of our own beautiful essence. So whenever you're ready, you're welcome to close your eyes. You can take a comfortable seat, or you can stand, whatever feels comfortable for this practice. And with your eyes closed, you're just going to tune into your energy. And you're just going to allow yourself to feel into and even imagine what your aura feels like. Your aura is your own energetic bubble that surrounds your body. This is kind of like a protective and a magnetic field. You can imagine that it has an egg shape. It's 360 degrees all the way around the body. And just notice how your aura feels. Does it feel like it's dipping in or constricted in places? Does it feel like it wants to expand or strengthen? And we're just going to notice how our aura feels. Noticing how we feel in the body today. Just noticing how you feel. And we're going to ground ourselves first. So let's imagine a really beautiful earth cord from deep in the earth. And this can be at the core of the earth, or it could be from a place that you'd love to collaborate with today. And we're just going to imagine that this earth cord, and it can be any color and any texture that comes to mind that feels good today, that feels good in this moment. We're going to allow this earth cord to travel up through the soil and attach to the bottom of your feet. We're going to allow this earth cord to attach to the bottom of our aura, which means we can allow this earth cord to get as wide as our shoulders and even wider if that feels good. And now let's give our aura full permission to exhale into that earth cord. And just give yourself permission to be held and supported by the earth. You can even welcome some earth energy into your feet. Maybe some really beautiful earth energy into your aura to fill some of the space around you. And now we're going to call on the universe for support. So we can imagine a really beautiful cord from the universe, from the cosmos, begins to pour down. And I like to see universal energy as gold light, and it has lots of sparkles and natural healing properties. But you might see universal energy completely different. You might see it as a white light. You might see it as a starry night sky, and that's okay. Allow these energies to be unique for you. And just welcome that universal energy down to attach to the top of your aura, to pour into your crown. And just allow that universal energy to just pour over your entire aura, moving through all the different layers of our energy. And just like the sun, this universal energy is going to burn away any energy that doesn't belong to us. We can watch as this sparkly golden light moves down the body and down our aura into our feet and even beyond our feet. And just notice how good it feels to be resourced, to be deeply connected to the earth and the universe, compared to before when we weren't connected and we weren't grounded. Notice how you feel now. And now we're going to start to get curious about the energies that we're running. So again, we can just tune in, and we're just going to play around. We're just going to practice using our intuition. There's no right or wrong answer. This is something that we can practice every day, and it'll get stronger and easier. So in your own mind, you can ask, how much of the energy that I'm running today, that I'm running right now, how much of this energy is my authentic energy? And you might get like 20%. You might get 10%. It's actually more common and more normal to be low percentage. So we don't have to force a big number. We don't have to pretend. The more that we can trust our intuition, the greater this practice, the greater impact this practice will have. Yeah, so we're just going to trust the reads that we get. So we're now going to ask the question, how much of the energy that I'm running now, how much of that belongs to my ancestors? And you might get a much higher read. Maybe you get like 60%, 50%. And just trust whatever number comes in for you. And if you want to double check, you can always ask, is that accurate? And just notice if the number changes slightly. And now we're going to ask, how much of the energy that I'm running, how much of my energy that I'm running today is familial? And we're just going to again notice. We can ask, how much of the energy that I'm running is societal? And then what we can do is we can give full permission for all of the energies that are not authentically ours to be released. So we can call in the help of our guides. We can call in the help of our inner wisdom to support us. And we're just going to start first releasing those societal energies. So again, just allowing any energies that belong to society within our field, within our aura, we're just going to allow them to start flowing back into the earth. Just allowing them to flow back deep into that earth cord to be redistributed or composted by the earth. Next, we're going to feel into those familial energies. And we're going to give 100% permission for those familial energies to be released back into the earth. Again, just allowing your inner wisdom to find these energies. We don't need to do too much. We just need to say yes and give permission for them to be released back into the earth. Or now we're going to find any ancestral energies. And again, giving permission for ancestral energies within our field to be released back into the earth. And you just imagine that these energies are flowing back into that earth cord to be composted and redistributed by the earth. We can send them back with love and gratitude. And we can even ask our guides to help us double and triple check that the energies left are our own authentic energy. And we can give permission for whatever else is ready to be released to be released. And now we're going to recall our authentic energy. So using your intuition, choose a symbol that represents your authentic energy. And this can be a star. This could be maybe a flower, a shape, any symbol that feels good. And just allow this symbol to sit in front of you. And again, we're going to ask the assistance of our guides to help us recall our authentic energies through all dimensions of space and time back into that symbol. Our guides are going to support us in recalling fragments of ourself, our identity, fragments of our soul back into that symbol. And just notice how your authentic frequencies look, what color they are, what colors they are maybe. Do they have their own vibe? And your guides are going to bless your energies, heal them, update them to who you are now. And your guides are going to take this symbol and beam it in from the bottom of your feet all the way up to the top of your head, allowing your authentic energies to fill in any spaces and any gaps to where we released energies. And you get to be full of your own authentic energy again. And now just feel into your aura one more time. Again, just allowing earth energy to flow into your feet and your aura, bringing in that universal energy above your head. And we're going to ask the question, how much of the energy that I'm running right now, how much of the energy is authentically mine? And you should, after this practice, have a higher read from when we began. And even more so, you should feel different. And just notice how beautiful it feels to be in your own authentic energy and how good it feels to be you. And again, just bookmark this feeling so that throughout your day, if you begin to feel off, if you feel like you're picking up other people's energies, you can come back to this practice and come home to your own authentic frequency.